What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with another review for you here, and back with another review for you here at the Capsule. So we're excited to bring you 4 brand new candies hitting store shelves right now. A couple with like a winter holiday theme, and a couple that are just out for the winter. We've got 2 different sugar cookie inspired options, one from Hershey Kisses and one from M&Ms, and then we've got 2 new candy bars hitting Walmart checkouts right now, Fruity Pebbles candy bar and Hershey Bar with salted caramel cookies. So Ryan, come on in and take a peek. We got some interesting stuff hitting shelves right now, and I am definitely excited to get things going.
Cool. It almost looks like he was holding a pecan pie there.
It is definitely a sugar cookie. It's the red M&M as Santa, which kind of is in direct contrast to the annual commercial that they have, where Santa is in the They Do Exist commercial alongside the M&Ms. But, well, I'll tell you what. Let's start off with our non-holiday candies first. This is the Hershey Bar with the salted caramel cookie pieces. So kind of a similar approach to when they put the little mini Whoppers in the Hershey Bar. Remember that one, Ryan, from a few months back? These are also $1.34 for a king-size bar at Walmart checkouts. Still a little unclear if they're going to come in regular-sized bars, so I just bit the bullet and got the king size. So cheers. It's kind of a recurring theme here on the CTC review that I'm not super big on the milk chocolate Hershey Bar. I know, Ryan, you're really not either.
I love milk chocolate.
I mean,
not Hershey Bar, though.
But just not Hershey Bar. This is really a lot more Hershey Bar taste than I anticipated, and almost zero salted caramel taste. It does add in some good texture. I prefer it to a regular Hershey Bar. But this is nothing like adding Whoppers to the mix, and it's definitely nothing like having like a cookies and cream bar that I actually really, really like. So probably overall just an unnecessary addition to the line. I mean, I would rather have one with almonds. I'd rather have any number of other Hershey products than this particular one, but it does add in some good texture. But do you taste any salted caramel at all?
Not really.
Maybe like 1% salted caramel, 99% regular king-size Hershey Bar. All right, we got another king-size candy bar from the Walmart checkouts, also $1.34. This one is by Frankfurt, and it is a Post Fruity Pebbles white chocolate bar. And you can tell they were not shy about the coverage of Fruity Pebbles. I mean, these things are stacked with cereal, and I am very excited about that. It's got the milk and cereal kind of vibe going. It's a little overwhelmingly sweet, just because of the white chocolate, but I can definitely see what they're going for. This particular white chocolate almost has a weird kind of cooling effect, which sort of mimics taking milk out of the refrigerator and pouring it on your bowl of Fruity Pebbles. I don't know if they got into that level of detail when they were designing it, but don't you notice it's a little cooling.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Now, the reason why earlier I had mentioned it kind of is on the borderline of a winter or holiday themed product, that's because they also made it shaped like a snowman. And at Walmart you can find these for $1. I would recommend getting these instead, but I did find the regular bars first, so that is what I opened. But it's the exact same product. It's Fruity Pebbles cereal and candy by Frankfurt, but this one is shaped like a snowman. I mean, I'm sure it tastes absolutely identical, so not gonna bore you with 2 reviews of the exact same product, but I did want to make mention of that because it is a little bit cheaper, a little bit more creative, and you gotta love it. I mean, basically the product was out for about 2, maybe 3 weeks, and then they already came out with a holiday version. That does not happen very often. And here is a big old bag of the new sugar cookie M&Ms, $3.50 at Albertsons. And let's take a look at the candy itself. This one is definitely made for your holiday entertaining platters for the parties you will not be able to host this winter. We've got the beautiful red, white, and green holiday color scheme. I did break open one apart. It looks like just a piece of rice. So if you can't quite see it with much detail, there is absolutely no sugar cookie pattern to it whatsoever. The more I'm getting into it, I think it's the, there's the, like a certain grittiness of the outside of an M&M that's similar to, what do they call those? Like Voortmans? You know, Voortmans makes the hard sugar cookies with like the granular sugar outside.
Okay.
It does kind of have a similar textural element to that. It's very similar to a crispy M&M. If you like crispy M&Ms but you want white chocolate, that's essentially what you're in for here. The more I eat it and the more that I'm kind of talking and taking in some of that scent, it is kind of reminding me of a sugar cookie. My first impression was just overwhelmingly white chocolate, so it has a very forward white chocolate flavor. But yeah, the more you eat, I am kind of getting a sugar cookie kick out of it. Interesting. Now I'm even more curious to see if Kisses can do a better job. So let's get into that. Here are the Hershey Kisses take on sugar cookie. Now, these are also $3.50 at Albertsons, the exact same price at the exact same place. So that's as head-to-head as you can get. Here's what they look like. I've already unwrapped a few here, Ryan, so you can take a look at what the top and bottom look like. It does have pretty good coverage. It is a white chocolate Hershey Kiss with a pretty decent amount of red and green sugar cookie pieces inside. Once again, reminding me of those crunchy, you know, the shiny, shimmery Voortman cookies, you know, that you get in a big old pail, like a lunch pail, around this time of year.
I'd say a lot more chocolatey. More chocolatey.
It's getting that throat burny quality to it. White chocolate just always does that.
Any Hershey's chocolate.
That is actually good point. It's reminding me of the Hershey cookies and cream enough that it's really actually kind of elevating my overall impression of it.
Not as crunchy.
Not as crunchy and a little bit heavier on the white chocolate, but it's very similar to a Hershey Cookies and Cream, which is a high compliment. Gimmick grade time. All of these, I think, are pretty interesting. I'm a big fan of the Fruity Pebbles one in particular, so I'll save that one for last. Sugar Cookie Kisses, you know, great product tie-in for the holidays, and I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I think from a design element, the M&Ms did a little bit better job. So I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. The Hershey, it taste-wise and execution-wise, they didn't do themselves any favors to make it very interesting. But the fact that it's a salted caramel cookie candy bar is pretty wild. Like, that just doesn't really... Is that even a thing? Are salted caramel cookies even a thing? My mom makes... literally 100 different types of cookies, and I don't think she even makes salted caramel. So it's pretty bizarre. So I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I'd say it's kind of right between these two. But the star of the day from a gimmick standpoint, they turned a cereal into a candy bar. They already made a holiday tie-in with it. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for the gimmick. Great design, very simple but very eye-catching. When I was at the Walmart checkout, it was like, I mean, just like a magnet. Like, your eyes are just on it. So 9 out of 10, and definitely the best gimmick of the day. But that brings us to the capsule countdown, where we got to break it down by taste. It's never a popular opinion. There are people that kind of nostalgize Hershey bars that don't like it whenever I talk about them, because I tend to have a relatively low opinion.
Really?
But I do think, I know, I mean, come on, there's other candy out there. I do think that the Hershey salted caramel cookie is my least favorite. Ryan, I see you nodding with pretty adamant agreement. Yeah, I hate it. Look, it's not bad. I think it's a little bit better than a regular Hershey bar because it does add in some texture, but I don't taste any salted caramel. It is really an unnecessary purchase, and because of that, I got to give it a 4 out of 10 in fourth place, last place on today's Capsule Countdown. I do like the Fruity Pebbles, but it was a bit obnoxiously sweet after the very first taste of it. I couldn't imagine blowing through even half of this bar, so you got to give it third place there. It's a very very taxing experience to get through after those first few bites. They did a great job of mimicking the milk and cereal experience, but they also did it with white chocolate. You know, they were kind of pigeonholed into having to do that once they came up with the idea, but it does lead to just a less delicious tasting bar. So I'll give them a 5 out of 10, third place on today's Capsule Countdown. I was pretty surprised. Between these two, I would have flip-flopped the order in terms of what I thought was gonna be a little bit better. I actually think Hershey's Kisses came in in second place. Ryan, I see you agreeing there. Look, I like that it tastes kind of like a Hershey cookies and cream bar, but the cookie to cream ratio was a little off. The cream was a little bit too heavy, and especially when the flavor is the cookie. I wanted more cookies. They should have just gone for it and thrown more cookies in there. Would have made for a better product. Still pretty interesting, still pretty tasty. One that I still would probably recommend trying for yourself, but I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10, second place on today's Capsule Countdown. And kind of a pleasant surprise, but the winner of the Capsule Countdown today is the Sugar Cookie M&Ms. I mean, look, they did a good job. It's not overwhelmingly sugar cookie flavored, but if you like crispy M&Ms, this is a pretty tough product to argue with. You know, it's a decent M&M. Look, I'm never gonna be overwhelmingly in favor of a white chocolate winner of a Capsule Countdown, but this time of year you're getting a lot of white chocolate. It's a white Christmas this year for sure. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Pretty unspectacular for a Capsule Countdown winner, but not too bad. I mean,
I liked it.
You want to bump it up to a 7?
Let's do a 7.
Let's do a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ryan threw in his socially distanced challenge flag of just saying things. And we're going to give it a 7 out of 10. And the winner of today's Capsule Countdown. Now, we've been talking about a lot of candy. You might think I'm about to pull out some Christmas candy or holiday candy or winter candy. I'm not going to do that because I was just going through my candy collection. Those of you that follow me at ConsumerTC on Twitter might have seen I went through my entire like 950 piece candy collection recently, and I found something I totally forgot that I had in Ryan. I actually just wanted to show you this because you used to have a Palm Pilot. Remember in freshman year of high school you had a Palm Pilot?
I was that guy.
You were that guy. Didn't you get it from your neighbor for like $50 though? I mean, I feel like you weren't all the way that guy, but this is the handheld PCO personal candy organizer bootleg Palm Pilot. So Palm Pilots used to be called PDAs, right? Personal Digital Assistants. So this is the PCO, Personal Candy Organizer. Wow. It looks just like a Palm Pilot.
It really does.
They did an outstanding job. So this is Ford Gum. They make a lot of kind of gimmick candy products, especially in that era. Not one that I experienced at the time, but one that I'm super glad to have in my collection. There's a little spout here. There's actually a pretty big mouth to it at the top. But make a message in the palm of your hands. Apparently, you just write on it with pen, and there's some message. You can I think there's some paper in here loaded. But there's a stylus included right here. So fine detail work, and one that I was like, should I wait until after the holidays? Because I have some Christmas candy, and I was like, no, I'm going to show this right now while it's fresh in my mind.
It's got
because
a good shake to it.
It does, and it is vacuum sealed. It is made out of plastic, so unlike many of the candy wrappers that I had to open just to try to avoid melting, I am keeping this one intact, and I am very happy to share that one with you today. And let's see what we got next time. Oh boy. We have got, without a doubt, the best holiday product of this season. It is the Bud Light Ugly Sweater Seltzer Collection.
Woo.
And Ryan, as you know, but I haven't shared publicly yet, we've got some younger fans and some families that watch the channel. It will be the final alcohol review in the history of CTC.
Okay.
So stay tuned for a very special edition where Ryan and I get buzzed for one last time, and then it's over.
Going out on top.
We're going out on top with probably the most interesting alcohol that we've ever encountered. So please stay tuned next Monday for that. And of course, until next time, I will miss you until I see you. Cheers.